Hello Gemini, my name is Nigel. Welcome to Alchemy. Today we're going to be doing your remainder of 2024 reading, and this is going to cover this moment until the year ends. Anything can happen between now and then. The things on this table could occur tomorrow, and some of them could occur the day before the year ends. Let's start with your career and business. You have Mountain. It says major challenge to overcome. You may be experiencing some problems as we speak. You may be experiencing some problems as the year unwinds. We have it. Wait, let me just move this out of the way. You have, for your tarot card, you have the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands represents Mercury and Sagittarius. It represents rapid movement. It could mean a trip. It could be things happening very quickly. For better or for worse. Generally, it's in a positive direction, but not always. And the reason I'm kind of skeptical is that this charm was on top of it, and this is the BS Begone spray. So it looks like you're trying to move past some BS here. There's something here that's stopping your progress, or that's slowing it down, or that is creating a problem, or things could be speeding up towards a problem. You have the number 5, which is a very, very rare occurrence in these readings to pull this particular charm. So the number 5 is associated with Mercury, and as we know, Mercury is your ruler, and it's known for its adaptability, its chameleon-like changeability. Now, in tarot, the number 5 could be severity, judgment, limitation, conflict. That kind of goes with it. You might be feeling it in your career. And you might be having some issues in your career. Yeah, for sure. Now, let's move on to your social life. You have the Tower here, and the Tower here on this side is a little bit different. It says solid foundation. It also says success with effort. Now, your social life / others doesn't have to be, it could be anything outside yourself as far as groups of people. And it looks like you're going to need some effort in this. You could very well have a solid foundation with someone or a group of someone's if you put in the right effort. You have the Four of Swords here, and the Four of Swords is in reverse. So you may find yourself with the Four of Swords here in reverse. That's Venus in Libra. Others outside yourself, people outside yourself, may be disturbing any peace you have wanted to set aside for yourself. You may be finding peace is at a premium during this time here, Gemini. You also have this wing, and this angelic wing does represent protection. It does represent spiritual guidance. You may not feel that way. I certainly don't feel that way sometimes, but I have to tell you, in your reading, you're receiving more guidance and more protection than you think. You also have, to drive this point home, you have the Silver Key. And, the Silver Key is known, right? It's known for new opportunities or temporal opportunities, right? Opportunities from the earthly plane. So you're going to be presented with an opportunity for something. And I would definitely take advantage of that. You also have the opportunity, and this is very close to you, to sort of I don't know if reignite is a good word, but you have an opportunity for love. Now, this does not have to be romantic love. It could be any kind of love that you have in your life. There is something going on here that's very close to your heart that you may feel hopeless about, that is honestly not all is not lost type thing. Now, over here, in the center here, Gemini, is where you reside. These are the borders, these lines between one thing and another. And in between your social life and love, you have the white rose. And if you notice, the white rose is upside down. So when we flip it over, we see that it is indeed a beautiful white rose. But being that it is upside down, there is a new beginning here that's available to you that you cannot see. You won't be able to see it for what it is right now, but it's present and it's lurking there below the surface, and it does have something to do with your love and partnerships, okay? Keep that in mind. In the dead center, you do have this charm, and it says strong is beautiful, and it's inverted. So you may feel a serious lack of strength. You may feel you're not strong enough to go through whatever it is you're going through right now. I do think you are strong enough. I just don't think you're feeling it. This is inverted, and this is the closest charm to you. You may feel a serious lack of strength at the moment, or a serious lack of strength at some point between now and the end of the year. But this is just the way you're perceiving yourself. It is not reality, okay? Now, in your love and partnership sector here, you do have the Eight of Swords in its upright position. The Eight of Swords is Jupiter in Gemini, and it's definitely, if you've watched any tarot, you know that it is a feeling of being stuck. You're feeling stuck. You feel like there's nowhere to go. You feel like it's in your own mind. This is self-imposed. This is the card, the classic card. I'm sure you know that it's the self-imposed prison. It's a prison of your own making. It is a and it could represent, being that it is in your love sector, a temporary separation between you and someone else. I am saying it's temporary. It is self-imposed. It is not what you think it is right at this moment, or when you're feeling this. If you feel like this a month from now, I want you to understand that it is temporary. If you're feeling like this right now, same thing. Understand that that is a temporary feeling. You do have the carriage here, and the carriage is a journey, either physical or mental. You may be journeying away from someone. You may be journeying towards someone. And again, that might be a physical journey away from someone, or maybe a mental, emotional journey away from or towards someone. This is temporary energy here, Gemini. Here on the border, you do have like a serious cluster here on the advice front, but we're going to stick to the border here. On the border, you have the blue lace agate. I don't know if you can zoom in. I don't want to ruin this pile by picking it up, but see, this is on the border of your love and relationships and your advice from spirit. So the advice about your love and relationships specifically is to please try to see all sides of a situation and not just one side. Don't zoom in. And it goes with this Eight of Swords energy. The Eight of Swords is so classic, being stuck in a certain way of thinking, you know. And right next to it, you have the Believe charm. Like, again, I don't want to move these charms right now anyway. But it says it's basically spirit, because it's on the advice and it's sticking into your love. To have belief. Have belief. See all sides of an issue. Don't just see one. You have the Wheel of Fortune here inverted, and that is Jupiter in Aquarius. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Significant alterations to your relationship. And it's your relationship. It's attached to this quadrant. I mean, this sector right here, right? It is, your relationship is being tested. And this could be indicative of a karmic tie that you have with someone from another life, a karmic debt that you have, or a karmic debt that someone else has towards you. But it's a karmic tie nonetheless. Now, you also have here, as we move on into your actual solid advice, you have the Hierophant in reverse. Now, the Hierophant classically represents the sign of Taurus. And in reverse, the Hierophant is, I'm sorry, I was just looking at this card. I'll explain why I'm looking at these cards in a second. The Hierophant in reverse, it's in the advice sector, is asking you to break out of old ways of thinking, indoctrinated ways that have been in you for long, either by choice or not. From childhood, we all have those ways of thinking and doing things. You're being told to kind of think outside the box, your box. So there are things that have been indoctrinated into you that you're being challenged to change. You have right on top of this card, you have another tarot card right here, and it is the Sun in reverse. That is a classic Leo card, but with the Sun in reverse, with this Hierophant in reverse, there's something you're not seeing. The advice here is to see it, to open your eyes. And you have a snake that's moving from the Hierophant to this blue lace agate, and it's asking you to please shed a skin, right? I mean, it all's basically telling you the same thing. Shed a skin, get out of the indoctrinated views, whatever they are, and whoever implanted them there, even if it was you, it's time to move away from that. You're not seeing something. You're being asked to shed. Now, over here, and I can pick this up because it's right on top, is the abracadabra. Let me see if I can get that. It's kind of engraved in there, abracadabra, over and over again, and it is upside down, so you can't see it. Now, the abracadabra charm comes from a Hebrew word that means I create as I speak. And it is upside down, so this is something you're not aware of. The things you speak into existence, Gemini, you speak things. when you put yourself down, when you say, it doesn't have to be that. That's just what people say on the internet, and that's true of many, many of us. We put ourselves down and we speak things into existence. It could be anything, but the things you speak into existence, you're giving life, you're breathing life into them, and you're not seeing something. You're not seeing your part in something. You're not seeing that this self-imposed prison is something you created. You've created it. It's obvious here. You're being asked to break out of a certain way of thinking. I do think that things are going to open up for you once you do that. Now here you have the hand of Fatima. And this too is upside down, right? This is also called Hazma. It's known throughout Africa and the Middle East as a sign of protection. Being that this is upside down, it's a protection that you're not seeing readily. You're not seeing things you're not seeing. The advice is to see them. See them. See that you, and this is the second time protection has come out, okay? You may not feel that way. You may not see it that way, but it's there. And here, and this is what I was looking at before, you have the gavel and it says involvement with the law, right? This is the gavel coming down, right? Judgment. What's interesting, I don't know if you watched me deal these cards, but usually when I start dealing out the cards, if too many come out at once, I'll throw them back in and I'll do it again. But when this gavel came out, I went back in and took out the scales because the scales came out first. So you have the scales of justice here along with the gavel. So one of you may be dealing with some legal aspect in your life. At the very least, if you're not, you are weighing things. You are judging yourself. I think that before this year ends, you're going to be judging yourself. You're going to be figuring out where everything went wrong, what your part in it was, and the gavel will come down by your own hand. For others of you, this is definitely involvement with the law, no doubt. Okay, so moving on here, we have the Spirit and self. This is what's going on inside you. You have staff. It says you'll be taking another protection card. You will be taken care of in difficult times. That's what, the third time something like that has come out. All right. You also have the Ace of Swords. Let me move that a tiny bit. You have the Ace of Swords in your self sector. And you know, the Ace of Swords is classically an air sign. It's Saturn energy in any air sign, which obviously you are. And once again, your old belief systems are not serving you. Clarity comes with deep thought and realization. There is something there is a series of something you're not seeing clearly. Yeah, for sure. For one of you, this might indicate a minor surgery as well. Don't get too hung up on that. It's not for all of you. It's probably for one or two of you. You have here also this charm, and it has this. It says, I have an angel watching over me, and I call him Dad. I don't know if you can see that. This is and it's close to you here, Gemini, very close to the center. So you have someone on the other side that is watching out for you. This could be someone on our plane, someone who is a father figure to you. It doesn't have to be your father. Could be a stepfather. Could be an uncle. Could be an older, wiser man that you seek, advice from. But many, many times, this is someone who has passed over. That is one of those things. A father figure. A mentor of some kind, someone who came before you that is watching out for you. That's the fourth time something like that has come out in this reading of somebody watching over you, something watching over you. With the Ace of Swords here, I think this person is asking you to see something. Please see what's going on. Please look at this for what it is. Don't, I wanted to say Neptune for some reason. I know you're a mercurial sign, but there's something Neptunian about this where you're seeing things in a haze, a fog. It's not something you're not seeing clearly. Now, on the border between self and home and family, you have the love charm. So it could be this person that is watching over you. It is between yourself and your family. Could be someone from your family or someone that felt like family to you or feels like family to you. You also have somebody else here. This is a Queen of Cups character, right? The Queen of Cups is typically... all right, this Queen of Cups could be any water sign, first of all, but it doesn't have to be. This is a family member who can be very dramatic, can be very needy, can be very selfish in some ways, very toxic in some ways, honestly, very self-centered. I'm not really feeling that they're an awful person. I know all the things I just said were negative, but the truth is they are all those things. They're like a sponge, right? Instead of the classic Queen of Cups would be to give, very giving, very nurturing. This is the opposite. It's somebody that sucks you dry, sucks people dry maybe. And that is in your home and family, right? So, and you have Vine. It says seek out information that will help you. And this very well could be this spirit or this guide that's trying to push you. There is information you're not seeing about yourself, about the situation. You're lacking clarity on something here, Gemini, and the spirit is trying to tell you to please seek out information. Please seek out more information. Let's continue with your health. You have the month of November. So the month of November that is coming up may be very pivotal for you. Something may be going down here in November. And when I say health, it doesn't have to be your health. It could be a feeling of well-being is going to be impacted in November for good or for bad. November is a key month here for it to come out like that, especially in this reading that's covering November and December. It's very, very, and probably part of October, depending on when you're listening to this. So for sure, it is absolutely important to take note of. You have the Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups is typically a Scorpion card, right? And that's interesting, actually, because Scorpio starts at the end of October, right? And branches into November. So this might be the beginning of November that something happens. You have the Six of Cups, so that could be a timing, that could be partially a timing card for you here, Gemini. But Scorpio time is important. You may be, with this card here, you may be thinking about your past, thinking about your childhood, being very nostalgic, thinking about your own children or their childhood. You have the fairy tale book here, and it says once upon a time. So this may be something that you're thinking about, like once upon a time things were different. Once upon a time life was different. My life has changed dramatically. And it for better or for worse, you just may be feeling very nostalgic during this time. Now, I did leave out on the border of home and family and your well-being is the world, and the world is coming in sideways directly on the border. The world represents closing out a chapter, starting a new one. This is coming in sideways, so this is a choice you're going to make. Are you going to close out a chapter entirely and start a new one, or are you going to hold on to certain things from your life? I'm not saying there really is no indication whether what you should do. It is an indication that that's going to be on your mind. And it doesn't say one choice is good, one choice is bad. It just says the choice is there and the choice is yours. And you have that choice before this year ends. So keep that in mind. Moving on to your money. It says dagger, fear, worries, and tense situations. So you may be worried about money during this time. I have to tell you, though, I mean, your charms don't look terrible. And you have here the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles is typically a good card. It is a card, it's Mercury in Virgo. It's you solving a problem involving money successfully. This is a card of hard work paying off. You're getting something for something that you have worked really hard for. And that's good. You have the sun here coming in sideways. That's another choice. So you have a choice. Now, I'm wondering if you have a choice on whether to shed light on something, right? Maybe you're gaining something and you're trying to decide whether to talk about it or not. I don't know. You also have the smoky quartz here. And the smoky quartz is an amplification quartz. It's grounding. It could represent the release of a past issue or a past pain, finding resolve in hard situations. And, it looks like you are in a difficult situation here, Gemini. I mean, there's no way to not see that. And you have here believe in love, and that's coming in sideways as well. So that's going to be a choice you make, whether you want to actually believe in love or not. You have a lot of choices, more so than, this is like the third reading I'm doing in this series. So you so far have more choices than anybody else. if that makes sense. Now here you have, oh wow, okay, you have the charm of Sagittarius. Now you may be dealing, it's very close to you. You may be dealing with someone with Sagittarius placements, or the time of between Scorpio and Sagittarius in November, key time. It's very, very connected, because Sagittarius starts in November and stretches into December, right? And Scorpio starts in October and stretches into November. So the November in general, because it covers both those signs, key, I'm going to say it again, very pivotal month. Something important is going to happen to you here in November, no doubt. And it's something that may make you a little salty. I mean, there's something going on that may make you a little salty. There's just no doubt about it, for the salty charm to come up. Now, if we look at your oracle cards, it says air, and we all know that Gemini is an air sign. So is Aquarius, so is Libra. And it says seek a union of mind and spirit. There could be something going on during an air season. By the time actually there'll be a little tiny bit of Libra left. But the next air season is Aquarius, and Aquarius is January, February. So that might be a key pivotal time for you. But in all honesty, this just sort of cements the fact that it is your reading here, Gemini. And you do have hurricane, and hurricane represents inner turmoil. Strength will be needed, overwhelming power and energy. This could be a wake-up call, some kind of wake-up call that you're going through. Very, very intense energy. So far, this is the most intense reading of the 3 that I have done. So let's do this. Let's pull out. Give me 4 cards for Gemini, please. 4 cards for Gemini, please. 1, 2. 2 more for Gemini, please. 3, 4. Okay, Gem. 1 second. So you have fire sign, right? We talked about this. The Sagittarius. I mean, it's very, very big. I think for some of you, there might be some Geminis where something is definitely going to happen during Scorpio season, but for many of you, it's going to be in November during Sagittarius season. Just mark your calendars. I'm going to be right about this. You have, what did I say? Gemini, didn't I say that this is very Neptunian and that you are Mercurial, but it's just feeling Neptunian? What does that say? It says Neptune, illusions, confusion. There's something you're not seeing. Oh my God, that's so... It's just, you might have Pisces highly aspect in your chart, but either way, there is a fog over something you're just not seeing. You do have ancestor guides, and here we go, right? We talked about this. You may have someone here on the other side, a father figure who is watching out for you, no doubt. And you have to receive and be open. Your words speak spells, okay? Be open for something positive to happen here, Gemini. It doesn't feel like whoever reading this is, it doesn't feel like they're particularly positive. I do think that you should keep yourself open to positive things. And I do think, I'm not saying all your problems are going to go away, but it does say that your energy and what you're expecting is going to be everything. You're the only one, of course, that has chosen 2 of these cards. And here it is. You have the Death card. Scorpio energy. Scorpio again. Scorpio season. Something's dying here, Gemini. Something is also being reborn. There is something dying and there's something else being reborn. And here you have air again. Right? Look at that symbol on the top and look at this. It's the air symbol. Wow, this is definitely your reading. Maybe you have a Scorpio highly aspected in your chart. I don't know, but I'm really feeling that it has something to do with Scorpio season, and I'm definitely feeling that it has something to do with Pluto here, an ending. Something is seriously ending. I just feel like I need to pull one more card for you, even though I did not do that for anyone else. I'll pull from here. Pull from here. One more for Gemini, please. Your inner core. Your inner core. I think you're detached from your inner core here, Gemini. I think there's something inside you that you were born with that you have detached from, and you need to reattach yourself in order to gain some freedom. In order to, there is some, you were born with something, and something else was indoctrinated into you, and as a result, you have, look at this. I was just going to say you have split in two. Look at these faces. See how there's two faces? That is so Geminian. Oh my God, that's so weird. Yes, I love this reading. I really wish you the best. I'm inviting you to listen to your birthday reading if you have not. And I will see you for your big end of year reading. Namaste.